welcome back to the MTR Network. This is Chris and Phenom here with another review. I did not go to see this one, but Phenom did. It is The Accountant. As a math savant uncooks the books for a new client, the Treasury Department closes in on his activities, and the body count starts to rise. This is directed by Gavin O'Connor. It stars Ben Affleck, Anna Kendrick, J.K. Simmons. Basically, this is Zack Snyder's Batman without it being Batman because he kills a bunch of people. So
it's actually a bit worse than that. And, whoever wrote that synopsis was trying to be clever. As a math savant, uncooks the books for a new client. Maybe he'll get the fuck out of here. They really thought they smiled the whole time they were writing that. So, and I feel like we saw a film like this tonight too. Because we screened Keeping Up with the Joneses. And when I saw the trailer for that, I was like, I wonder if they're trying to like get Gal Gadot in this action spotlight before Wonder Woman comes out. That's exactly what they're doing for Ben Affleck right now, because he has The Accountant, and then he has another film coming out where he's like a 1930s gangster on some Public Enemy shit, but he's a badass in that too. So, he's going to have the Tommy guns, but be whooping people's asses as well.
Wait, what is that?
He has another film coming out where he is like playing a gangster.
Wait, Ben Affleck? What the fuck is going on, Ben?
Yeah, Ben's doing a lot of stuff to get prepared for Batman.
Well, I mean, he ate a horse to prepare for Batman. I don't really know. Well, is he preparing for Batman? Here's the thing: he's preparing for Batman by killing a bunch of people. This is not a good idea, guys.
Listen, I wish I could agree with you, but
I mean, for Batman, like for him killing a bunch of people, I'm down. I'm always down for Ben Affleck killing people.
Okay, I get what you're saying. He shouldn't. The fight scene as well, I think, are going to be preparation for Batman. I don't think he's going to be going Thomas Wayne in this new Batman film with anybody. I think they've moved past that at this point. Hopefully,
Live by Night seems to be the movie he's.
That's it. That's what it's called, Live by Night.
Okay.
So, like you said, Ben Affleck is in this. Anna Kendrick plays a small role in this. J.K. Simmons plays a nice role. John Bernthal, new Punisher, plays in this. John Lithgow is in this. Jeffrey Tambor from Transparent on Amazon is in this. Is actually an all-star cast, and I think one of the newest people they added was this Cynthia Adair Robinson character, who basically plays a treasurer analyst named Medina. So it's not a nice way to put this. This film, and I really tried to think of a good way to come up with this. This is special needs Batman.
Special needs Batman? Oh man. But you know what though? But they kind of did. You know what? I'm gonna allow it because they kind of did make it seem like that. You're right. Okay.
Chris.
Okay.
It's special needs Batman, and I really recommend that you go see this because if I had to explain to you at every point why it's special needs Batman, it would spoil certain things in the film that are supposed to be surprises, which are not surprises. If you've ever watched a spy film, an action film, a Batman film, read a Batman comic, saw a Batman panel over somebody's shoulder on the bus by accident, this film is extremely predictable. All of the characters that are supposed to be hidden characters or things you're not supposed to know or plot twists you're not supposed to get, you figure those things out as soon as they reveal certain people. You're like, well, I know who he is. Oh, I know who she is. Oh, I know who that is. And I'm not sure that the film was necessarily trying to make these huge twists. I think it was more focused on the story, which was, to me, it was interesting. It wasn't, it's a dumb story, but they have all these holes and they fill them up. They have all these plot holes and they fill them in, right? And they tie everything back together in a very simple way that they try to, on the surface, make look complex. And it's really not. So Ben Affleck plays this character, Christian Wolf, who goes by many aliases, and he's an accountant. And, he has autism. He's high-functioning autistic. And his dad was this military dude They had family issues as a child, and Christian shows up to do some accounting work for this huge agency that is run by not Francis Silver, that is run by Lamar Black, which is John Lithgow. If you've ever watched John Lithgow in a film, he's an amazing actor. You pretty much know what's going on with John Lithgow. You look at him and you go, it's fucking John Lithgow. Some people, they just shouldn't cast in parts because you already know what's going down. Jeffrey Tambor plays Francis Silverberg, who is, we find out through flashbacks that Christian Wolf, Ben Affleck's character, spent some time in prison. We find out it's military prison. And he meets this accountant named Francis Silverberg, who did a lot of underhanded accounting work for some very dangerous people, and they become cell friends. And he kind of takes autism Ben under his wing. And teaches him. Listen, man,
You're trying. I get it. You're trying.
Just giving you what the film gave me. Under his wing, and he helps him. But from the beginning of the film, they show you Ben as a child a few times, and they kind of show you what he was going through, and how his family chose to deal with his autism. And of course, his father, being a military man, chose to turn him into a badass fighting machine.
Of course.
To help him deal with his autism.
Because, that sounds like that's how it works, right?
Right. So when Christian goes to work at this agency to find some leaks, he meets Anna Kendricks, who is an accountant for the place, and she is the one who initially found the leak. She found a leak. He finds the leaks. Okay? And people start trying to kill her and him. He's also like an undercover 00 agent spy.
We still talking about Special Need Ben?
Yes. There's a whole lot going on in this movie.
I'm like, this seems like there's a lot going on.
It is a lot. This story spends a good amount of time developing Ben Affleck's character. They show you the way he deals with his sensory issues. They show you how he does his storage, his 00 stuff. And they definitely put some pretty violent, graphic scenes in this film of him killing the shit out of people. This was Ben Affleck's answer to John Wick as far as the gunplay goes. In John Wick,
I was going to say, how does it hold up?
It holds up very well. In John Wick, Keanu Reeves, who we know is a gun fu master from the YouTube videos of him playing around in his backyard.
Right. I know I'm just out here shooting the shit, literally. That's what I'm doing.
They got everything moving in the fields. He shoots people to disable or disarm them first, and then he kills them.
Who?
Keanu Reeves in John Wick.
Does he?
He does, because that's why I love the film so much. He doesn't necessarily go for the kill shot every time. He goes for the disable shot, and then he kills you. Like he uses it to give him time to shoot other people in the face. So he doesn't always shoot you in the face.
Oh, but you still dead.
Well, of course, he's gonna come back and shoot you.
Okay.
There's not a face unshot.
Okay.
He just necessarily shoot you there first.
All right.
Ben Affleck was like, "Fuck that shit.
I'm gonna cut the middleman out.
I'm gonna shoot everybody in the face on the first try." And that's exactly what he does. He shoots everybody in the face. There is not a point where he doesn't shoot anyone that he means to shoot in the face. As a matter of fucking fact, he shoots a few people in the face twice to make sure they got their face shot. He shoots you in the face with every weapon he picks up too. It's a pistol with a silencer, you're getting shot in the face. If it's a shotgun, you're getting shot in the face. If it's an automatic AK-47 weapon, you're getting shot in the face. If it's a fucking 50 cal sniper rifle that he borrowed from Mark Wahlberg, you're getting shot in the face. In this film, he has a multitude of weapons that he shoots you in the face with. If it's a monkey wrench, somehow it ends up shooting you in the face. I don't know how he does it, but he squeezes the bullet so hard at a specific force and torque that it fires the bullet out and you get shot in the face. And I found that to be very fucking entertaining. I thought his action scenes in this shit were great, because there definitely is I'm fucking everybody up without my gun scene in this movie. and they're pretty good. You don't realize how big Ben Affleck is until he's flipping other big motherfuckers over and through windows and shit. This was Batman training camp.
Well, ever since he became Batman, like, you know, I mean, remember again, I will always bring up Gone Girl Ben Affleck, who couldn't raise his arms in the air because, yeah,
So he was still hurting from Batman.
Right. He, you know,
John Bernthal plays this. If Ben Affleck is the good 00 agent, John Bernthal plays the hitman for hire for the evil people. And that's pretty much all I can say about his character. I will say that he does a very good job with the dialogue that they give him. The personality.
So is he basically warming up for his for Punisher as well?
Because he has a very, very big sense of humor.
Oh, okay.
Movie while he's fucking with people before he kills them, which I thought was good. Anna Kendrick plays her part pretty much, the mousy woman who needs some saving and gets a few lines. And there you go. J.K. Simmons plays Ray King, who is like the lead analyst chief of the Treasury or whatever. And he calls in this character Medina, and he basically gives her a either you do this or you're fucked scenario, and they end up working together to try to find out who the accountant is, and we don't know exactly what that's all about until the very end of the film, of course. You know, when I tell you that this really is some trying to be a 00 born, this is 00 born. It's really 00 born. Okay. Slash I am Sam.
So bad.
But it is, Chris, and what's funny is it's not a comedy. They seriously made special needs Batman.
God damn it.
And maybe in some attempts special needs Justice League. Listen, I really feel like people need to go see this movie because it was a legit attempt to show that people with disabilities, whether high functioning or not, can survive in this world and can do some amazing things. And that really was like the underlying message of Ben Affleck going around and killing all these fucking people and shooting everybody in the faces was, despite him having sensory issues and having autism, he can still kick your ass and save the world. And he has morals and a code. He just doesn't like look people in the face or hold very long conversations, which is pretty much Batman. So, yeah, this was special needs Batman. And that's not even to be funny. It legit is special needs Batman, yo.
Well,
yeah.
Here's the thing. I actually did want to see this. I really, you know, all jokes aside, I honestly, I just wasn't feeling well, and that's the only reason why I didn't make it up there. It was Tuesday, and I think it was all the way up in White Marsh. So I was just like, I do not feel like doing that drive, and not feeling this way. But I might take it out this weekend because
it's a slow burn in the beginning. It takes a while to get there.
It looked like it was. So I was actually prepared for that.
It's trying to develop a story. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
It really is trying to build a story around this character, who I thought was an interesting character. It reminded me of The Equalizer. It reminded me of a blend of Batman, The Equalizer, John Wick.
Because when you think about it, I mean, it's interesting you say that because when you said that. Remember when we watched not John Wick, when we watched Equalizer, we kind of thought there was something wrong with Denzel Washington's character too. We were like, hey, something seems a little off, you know? So, yeah. Okay.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I think it's an easy 3 out of 5. I don't think it's perfect. It's definitely flawed. I know critics are killing it right now. Last time I checked Rotten Tomatoes, I think it was at like 27%. I'm not surprised. I think that's a bit. That's heavy-handed.
I thought it was at 40. It's at 48.
Is it at 40 now? That's a heavy-handed. Like for it to be star off with so many people, I didn't enjoy it. It's a Saturday afternoon matinee drama action thriller comedy. Well, it is because Ben Affleck has to play a person with autism. It is funny in some scenes. Like he definitely committed to the character. You can't say this man can't act. He committed to this character.
Yeah, no. I think the problem with Ben Affleck has never been that he can't act. It's that sometimes he picks the wrong roles.
Yeah, yeah, that happens. Although lately, not really.
Oh wait. So you said 3 out of. If we're doing out of 10. What would you give it? Like a 6
Oh, out of 10,
or 7?
that's 7. I give it 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. All right.
6.5, 7 out of 10.
I'll do 6.5 just to be on the safe side.
Because I think it is an interesting film. I don't think you need to go see it. I think you need to go see it.
Yeah, no. I mean, you had me at Ben Affleck shooting people in the face. So, but I know that I'm a specific demographic.
Chris, when I tell you he shoots people in the face, like, I'm not exaggerating this.
Yeah, no. I mean that's basically. I'm not. I can't lie. That's the only reason why I was going to see this film. So, yeah, if Ben Affleck shooting people in the face, I'm there, and I have no. Yeah, I'm not gonna be rational about about that and rationalize to people who'd be like, well, was it a good film or not? I'm like, well, Ben Affleck was shooting people in the face,
Right.
so
It's a predictable story, man. It just is.
yeah.
You're gonna be watching this and you'll be like, It's too many flashback scenes for it not to be predictable. It's
Okay.
too many. It's too many not for you not to predict that what's going to end up happening. Who is who? Who is everybody?
Got you.
Flashback scenes.
Got you. One of those. But hey, if he's shooting people in the face, I'm there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I enjoyed all of it.
So there you got it. So we're doing a twofer this one. We're not just doing the accountant. Phenom before we left, and we were supposed to do this when we were in New York Comic Con. We were supposed to do a lot of stuff when we were in New York Comic Con, but we got really fucking tired, and so we didn't do any of it. One of those was to record the review for The Girl on the Train. Let me see if I can pull up. Do you have that one open?
I had the synopsis open and then I got rid of it.
Yeah, hold on. I can get it real quick.
Actually, it was on my screen. I don't know why. I just clicked past it. I should have pulled it up.
Well, considering that we're doing this as a twofer, and you were told me that it was going to be really quick, I kind of have a feeling why. A divorcee becomes entangled in a missing persons investigation that promises to send shockwaves to the rest of her life. It is directed by Tate Taylor. Stars Emily Blunt, Haley Bennett, and Rebecca Ferguson.
All right. No questions. Straight up. Some shit should not be turned into a movie. Pretty much. I have audibled this book twice. It is a slow burn for the first third. But the next 2/3, most of the mystery is wrapped in the fact that the book is written from the perspective of different characters who talk at different times and bring about different occurrences or reoccurrences through flashback dialogue and explanations of situations that develop their character, which develops the mystery, which leaves the plot open to interpretation for you to spend most of the book trying to figure out who killed the girl. When you turn that into a movie, sometimes that overtalk, that narration from multiple characters, and the fact that you have to cut out about 60-something% of the book to make a 2-hour movie causes your story to fall damp. This is a boring fucking movie. It is boring. It's so boring. I mean, I love Emily Blunt. And she played a really good drunk. Like, she committed to this character. But ma'am, the movie was boring. And the way that they thought they could keep the audience with this one, especially people who haven't read the book, was to make some scenes extremely graphic. Like some violent scenes, just like people, like her face getting slammed into shit and people getting jabbed in the face with stuff. Like they just wanted to make certain violent scenes from the book. They were like, we'll get them back in by making these way graphic. And it just doesn't work. It just doesn't fucking work. Because they cut out some of the narration that was necessary to build the mystery. And that was evidence in the way that was evident in the way the audience left the screener I went to. Because it was people that were walking behind me and I could hear them talking. They were just like, yeah, I knew who did it. Well, 20 minutes into the movie, I knew who killed her. And they should have. Because they didn't add a dynamic to any of the character development. Everybody was pretty much straight who they were. And in the book, that wasn't the case. In the book, people would say things from their perspective that led you to believe they were better people than they were. Or other people, it led you to believe that they were worse people than they really were. And this movie just didn't have that. Because this movie moves extremely fast for the book, but extremely slow for your eyes. It's just not a good movie. It's not a good adaptation. Yeah. I'm sure some people are going to like it, but from what I've seen online, a lot of people didn't like it.
You know what it sounds like to me? You know when you're describing this? It sounds like, I'm looking at the director and he directed what the fuck, I just had it open. He directed The Help. He directed Get On Up, Winter's Bone, which I don't know anything about.
I know what Winter's Bone is.
Huh?
I know what Winter's Bone is.
Did you see it?
I saw it a long time ago, yeah.
Was it good?
It's a slow burn.
You know what it sounds like? From what you're telling me, from what you're describing with all the different actors and different plots and speaking of, the way the book, you needed Christopher Nolan to direct this.
Probably.
You need a director, because there are too many of these films out there that try to have that dynamic, and Christopher Nolan has that, and there's a few other directors that can do it too, where you have these multiple threads going on. You can have you can spin it. I mean, it kind of, again, I didn't see this film, but it kind of reminds me of what he did with The Prestige.
Honestly, Chris, they wanted this to be The Girl Gone on the Train, and it didn't work. That's what they wanted, but they didn't have that director. And if you don't have what was the director of Gone Girl?
Look it up right
now. David Finch.
Yeah, there we go.
You can't do a film like this. You can't do a David Finch film. Is it David Finch or David Fincher?
I thought it was. Hold on, I thought it was David Finch. Let's look it up.
It's
David Fincher. Yeah, David Fincher.
It's Fincher. You can't do a David Fincher film without having David Fincher. Okay? So the fact that Tate Taylor thought he could Gone Girl the girl on the train, that didn't work, sir. You don't have the chops to be. You can do the helps, but you can't do the girls gone. On a train, on a go-kart, on a long walk on the beach, this wasn't it. And whoever did the screenplay for this, it was a poor adaptation of the book by Paula Hawkins. It just was. Mm-hmm. And I think that plays a huge factor, because I think that plays a huge factor in reviewing this movie. People are going to look at it and they're going to be like, well, I don't understand why it feels like things are left out. And whether you read the book or not, it feels like things are being left out, and the movie's moving too fast, and the movie's not clarifying certain things, and that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. The screenplay left out a lot of shit. It didn't clarify a lot of stuff, and thought that it could just move on a briskly slow whim with graphic violence, dark, damp scenery,
briskly slow,
and a bunch of nudity. A bunch of unnecessary nudity for Halle Bennett, who plays Megan, the girl that gets murdered.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, when you were a young man and you were watching a movie, you're like, oh, nudity. Oh, I just love a movie with nudity. As you get older, you start getting like that crankiness of like why is she naked? And why is there so much nudity in this film for no reason? It actually becomes annoying. There might be some younger viewer that go, oh no, I want to see. No, after a while that loses its appeal, and you start wondering why people are naked on screen for no reason. You're just like, why are her boobs out? Why? I don't understand.
It wasn't even just the fact that she was naked, because Halle Bennett, for a slim white woman, is attractive. It was what was happening in the scenes where she was naked, and most of it was just her being a dick cushion.
Being a dick cushion? Okay. You know what?
Just
okay.
every scene is somebody's trying to put their dick in her some way, and she's just like, oh, I guess there's another dick, and she's naked, and it's like, okay, I really don't want to watch this sad ass shower sex scene. I really don't want to watch this sad ass fuck in the woods. I don't want to watch this.
Oh my god!
And it just keeps happening. It happens at least 4 times.
Four sad ass sex scenes. Oh god, yeah.
Like 4, and if she's not being a dick cushion, she's trying to make somebody want to treat her like a dick cushion. It's like, what is? I understand that they're painting her character this way, and in the book she's kind of painted this way, but not necessarily. I did not listen to this book twice and get this Megan. This one that they put on the screen.
I will say one thing. Dick cushion is my new.
Dick cushion.
It's my new phrase, yo. I implore everyone who listens to this review to go out in your everyday life and next week and use the phrase dick cushion at least 3 times in real life.
Yeah.
Then come back and report to us, email us, let us know when you use dick cushion in phrase during the week. Please let us know.
Yeah. And it has some good actors, man. Emily Blunt, Luke Evans.
Yeah, no, the cast looks pretty good.
Cast was good. The cop was played by what's the name from one of the girls from Orange Is the New Black in the 80s show, Laura Prepon. You know, Allison Janney. You know, it had a good cast, man.
But that's the thing that happens sometimes when you get a good cast. You have a very cerebral, I don't even know how to describe these kind of books where you have all this stuff going on, a very complex thing going on. If you don't get a director that can use all that, what you end up getting is a really boring film with a wasted cast. I'm looking at you, The Counselor.
You know, God, I'm just saying so many mean things about this movie. This is like watching paint dry in an art gallery.
But you know what? That actually makes sense, though.
It is you're there to see the art, but it's just so goddamn boring.
This is amazing.
Done yet? So I'm sorry. Yeah, this just wasn't it. Sorry, guys. This was a failed adaptation. Should have left it alone. You weren't ready for it.
Well, there you guys have it.
Yeah, it's like a 4 out of 10. It's like a 4 out of 10.
There you guys have it. You got an extra review. If you were here to listen to The Accountant, you got an extra review for The Girl on the Train. Just tell you, don't go see this fucking film. So
I wouldn't waste my money.
There you have it. Quick announcement. All of our reviews, they are going to now be also put onto YouTube. This is basically, if you're listening to this already through your regular app, don't worry about going to YouTube and watching them there too. But that is there for you to share to your friends who maybe don't listen to podcasts. You can get them in to listen to podcasts. We're going to put all our reviews up, movie reviews up there. All the Super Tuesday reviews are going to be up there. The character corners are going to be up there as well. So all that stuff's coming out. I know this weekend we're going to have 3, in addition to the Insanity Check, we have 3 new character corners coming out. Super Tuesday's coming out. We have one for, technically Arrow and Legend of Tomorrow are going to be combined. Then we have our Luke Cage Super Tuesday recap review. And then next week will be a character corner for the GSA. So, again, those will all be on YouTube as well. You can share it to all your people who for some reason don't like to get a podcatcher app. So, you have it there. So, again, mtrnetwork.net or movietrailerreviews.net. Search for us on iTunes or Stitcher Radio. And until next time, we are out of here. Peace.
Yo.